Hello, this is Dimmick with Custom Insured, and for the next few moments I am going to talk a little bit about our approach to health coverage that we call Health Insurance 2.0. It's designed to be a new dynamic in coverage for small businesses, contractors, and self-employed individuals. First of all, let's start a little bit with the kind of the current state of things. There are a lot of issues that have come about in the past 10 years since the introduction of Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. Things such as huge annual increases. A lot of people or companies are having to change their plans every year because they're seeing increases. Larger deductibles. Deductibles anywhere these days ranging from $3,000, $4,000, $8,000, creating more out-of-pocket exposure for people on these plans. Shrinking networks. A lot of companies are forcing their employees to go onto HMO networks, which are more restrictive. Or if you're an individual shopping on the marketplace, there are actually no PPO network options available anymore. One-size-fits-all coverage options. These traditional plans don't really give much flexibility as far as adjusting coverage based on the business needs, based on the individual needs. For the most part, all you can control on those traditional style plans is how much the deductible is and whether it's a PPO or HMO, but from company to company, the plans are pretty similar. Also, with the current environment, coverage along with everything else must adapt to COVID-19. It's not really the business as usual anymore, so coverage has to adapt, healthcare has to adapt. These are important things to keep in mind. Some of the statistics here, just backing up what small businesses have been dealing with, also self-employed individuals and contractors. Family plans, costs are going up. You can see contribution levels here reflected in that chart. Anymore, an employer contribution to a family PPO plan, $18,000 a year. Deductibles are going up across the board. Our focus is primarily small businesses, but in this chart you can see also the larger businesses are encountering the same issue as well. And overall premiums, I don't think there's really anybody that doesn't know about this, but just to put a number here, you can see overall premiums have gone up over 50% just in the past 10 years. What about employees? Of course, employers are looking from their standpoint. They want to get coverage and benefits that are strong for the employees. A lot of employees are being forced to change doctors, again, having to go to those HMO plans or maybe changing plans every year, forcing them to change their doctors. Most employees, most people, let's be honest, are unable to cover a big deductible in the event of a major medical issue that pops up. So there's a lot of exposure there. Also, employees are seeing their net incomes actually decline just with a combination of lack of overall wage growth, but also the fact that healthcare costs are going up disproportionate. So it's creating an effective decline in income for the average employee. And also the fact of benefits. As an employer, you want to offer competitive benefits. Actually, you want to offer superior benefits, right? It's going to help you with recruiting, but also retaining your talent. And, one of the big questions we always ask people, what their opinion, how is the current system sustainable? How can people afford to pay more every year, to have bigger deductibles, to have shrinking networks? And my opinion is the answer is it's not, and people can't. People are looking for alternatives. There has to be a better way, and that's really where we came into this approach that we're calling Health Insurance 2.0. It's a new dynamic in coverage catered to small businesses, self-employed, and contractors. This coverage kind of goes against the whole one-size-fits-all approach, and it's actually built from the ground up. A couple important elements that we have included with these Health Insurance 2.0 plans: lower no deductible and copay, so minimizing if not eliminating out-of-pocket exposure. PPO networks only, so people can use any doctor, any facility they want, actually nationwide. Stable renewal premiums. You don't have to change plans every year because you have a big jump in premiums, just because you had a bunch of claims the past year. The premiums are very stable. We have clients that have had their plans in place for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. We can also integrate concierge doctor into these plans, so you have your own personal physician, full medical workup on you, background, can act as a medical advocate, obviously treat all of your ongoing issues, things like that. A very popular feature, particularly here with the COVID-19 pandemic we're all dealing with. And probably most importantly of all is the fact that these can be customized based on specific needs. So you get away from the whole one-size-fits-all plan, the traditional plan that has pregnancy coverage for everyone, even if they're a child, or has preventative, colonoscopy and mammogram benefits, even if it's a child. That's just one example, but in the one-size-fits-all traditional plans, you kind of have to shoehorn the whole pool into one plan when everyone's going to have their own individual needs, so we can actually cater to that. We do have a few reports that we've put out there as well. You may have seen some of these for your part, but just trying to spread some of the message that we're talking about here. Some questions that we always want people to consider when they're looking at these alternative options or the health insurance 2.0 options. How does a customized approach compare to your current plan or even your expectations? Did you know that that was even an option? How many times have you had to change your plan in the past 4 years? A lot of small businesses and individuals we deal with are having to do this every single year. Do you have PPO coverage? Are you able, or are your employees able to go to any facility? Or even if you have a PPO, a lot of those plans actually stop at the state border. What's your average deductible? Again, going back to the exposure of the employee or the individual, how much are you going to have to fulfill, and realistically, can you fulfill that, if and when the time comes, or would you like to be able to eliminate that deductible altogether? And also, what is your personal opinion on having superior benefits and how that helps you with recruiting and also retaining your talent? Now, all of our plans are customized, as I've referenced here throughout, but that being said, we do have some pre-constructed plans. A lot of people do have very common needs when it comes to their coverage. So as much as anything, this is just to kind of illustrate some of the benefits. This is a very kind of limited capture here of the benefits, but some of the high points that people normally look at when they're considering plans. So as you can see across the board, very low or even no deductible. Same with the copay, very low or even no copay. And again, this is kind of a modest representation of the overall benefits, but just to illustrate what these customized plans can do and the benefits that we can build into them. Now, a couple things you can consider here on our website at custominsured.com. We do have a quote engine. Actually, if you'd like to go on our website right now, it has a deeper breakdown of the plans that I just showed you, and you can also click through a quote under 3 minutes and get actual pricing there. And you can even schedule to meet with one of us or speak with one of us, or if you'd like to just set coverage up there on the spot. Beyond that, obviously, you can call us if you have questions or would like to speak further on any of this. You have a number there, or you can also email us at that email you see there. Outside of that, again, this is Dimmick Robertson with Custom Insured. We do appreciate you taking the time here to watch, and hopefully we can help you in some way on your health coverage and get you in a better position. Take care.